Oh, that was nice of you, Sophia. What's this thing do again? Oh, heals me, right. Kind of feel bad, you always pay attention to us, even the unsubbed. It's fine. Again, no one owes me. I pay attention to you guys because, like, isn't that the point of streaming? Being social with the chat? It's fun. That's why I stream. If there wasn't an active chat mechanic, I wouldn't stream. My favorite part of streaming is talking to the chat live. That's fun. I probably should use Blood Fury more often, shouldn't I? There's no cost for it, and the cooldown is only 2 minutes. I should really use that more often. Not that I'm in any danger, but you know. Kill a cat in front of his baby, then kill the baby. Welcome to Mah-Dry-Bread gameplay and streams. That never gets old to me of welcome to Mah-Dry-Bread gameplay and streams. I wonder if I'd get ID claimed if I just started playing the Kirk Angel theme from 5 Star Wrestling. Did the company who made that go bankrupt? Probably. You're addicted to Victoria 2? I still need to get into Victoria 2, and I feel bad that I haven't tried yet, because my buddy Alder Hill told me it's literally his favorite Paradox game. And he's even better at Paradox games than me. Like, I'm no pro. He's pretty solid, though. So I gotta get into that game. I bet I'd like it. I think Alder Hill's streaming Imperator Rome right now, if anyone wants to go watch him instead, by the way. His stream needs more attention. He's really good at those games. He's also got his YouTube channel. That's like kind of his main thing, but you know, if anyone wants to go watch a lot of Paradox Interactive games, that's mostly what he does. No, I don't think Sophia's name has anything to do with Divinity Original Sin 2, because I remember her having that username quite a while before Divinity Original Sin 2 came out. NDB literally tells you to stop watching his stream. Yeah, I just want you guys to have fun. If you'd have more fun at someone else's stream, then go have more fun at someone else's stream. And I'm not gonna be offended. It's cool. Look, the way I look at it is I already make a living. It's not like a super crazy living or anything, but you know, between my income and Fatima's income, we're comfortable. So I just want to entertain you guys. Like, you don't, you know, I don't need your money or anything. Like, I appreciate anybody who wants to subscribe or donate or anything. Obviously, it's nice, and I always, you know, you guys, when you guys do a big donation, I always text Fatima and say, get yourself something nice. I want her to treat herself whenever money comes in like that, because she works really hard. But nobody owes me their money. I'll be okay if nobody donates and nobody subscribes. I get enough off YouTube and off Patreon and stuff that I'll be okay. And Fatima's income, of course. I just want you guys to have fun. If that means you have fun in someone else's stream, then who cares if it's not good for the growth of my stream and my YouTube? Who gives a shit? That's my concern, not your concern. This game is shit, but MTV makes it fun shit. Isn't fun shit the best shit? I wonder how cheap new weapons are when you buy those, like... You remember how there was always, like, vendor weapons that were basically useless and you'd never actually buy and use? I wonder if those dumb vendor weapons are actually useful now because it's so easy to get money now. I'm pretty sure I'm using, like, really out-of-date crap weapons, but the game just doesn't care. And to be made Red Tail Retribution fun to watch? That was a team effort. Brandon helped. I think it'd be a lot less fun if it was just me. Brandon's reactions was an integral part of that. This fire's not even moving. Could you guys have not just saved the wolves yourselves? Useless. I guess you could call that place the Wolf Den. I'm hilarious. Rogue Warrior, I bought the book because of, yeah. I think you're pretty happy about that purchase, though. I don't think there's any apologizing that needs to be done on that one. Did you always have that left track? Since it was one of the first things I put on the soundboard when I got it. So many streamers do everything to get more viewers and subs and donations. Yeah. I mean, I understand it on some degree. You know, people want to make a living and everything, and I don't want to shame anybody for that, obviously, you know. You gotta work your ass off if you want to do this for a living, and I do. I mean, I've been doing a video a day minimum on YouTube since 2010. It's 2019 now. I do work really hard. I don't take days off for anything. But I also love my job, so, you know. Obviously, it's very draining and it's very difficult, but when you love your job, it's, you know, you don't complain too much. I complain about everything, but you know what I mean. I enjoy complaining. Can we get Duck Dynasty then a pottery smash? Yes. Yes, we can. I'm very happy with my soundboard. It was a wise purchase. I think it got on sale for like 80 bucks or something. It was kind of pricey. Fucking Elgato stuff is just so good though. I've got a really good Elgato capture card. I've got the Elgato Stream Deck. Like, they do corner the market when it comes to streaming hardware. It's incredible. But some of it is really expensive. Like, they have these really good smart lights that I want that are super convenient, but my god, like they're like a few $100s. They're seriously expensive.
It's too far away.
I think, I forget what they call them. It's like, it's on their website. Because I'm just using some IKEA lamps and they're not that good. And I use, there's a desktop clamp-based selfie taking thing. It's got like a holder for a phone and it's got a small USB controlled ring light. And the intention is you plug it into like a laptop and it's for taking well-lit selfies. But what I did is I literally just plug it into my computer and I clamp it onto my desk and have the ring light come up and it's just behind my webcam. And it gives me a little bit more even front lighting. And it was like, I think $5 and it works really well. $5 on Amazon. I'd actually really recommend that. It's actually a pretty decent little thing. Just uses a USB slot on your computer, that's it. It even does different kinds of light. It's got like a warm light, it's got a white light, and then it's got like, you can have it use both to give like a more even one. I just do the warm light because I'm really, really pale. And if I do just the warm light, then it looks like I have at least some skin pigment, even though I don't. What would it sound like if I just dragged my hand across the soundboard?
Life-giving water, nectar of the gods.
That's pretty much what it would sound like. God, that laugh track just never ends. Like, all that is, that soundboard thing, is one of the things I can set buttons on the Stream Deck to do. is play an audio file off my computer. So I just have it doing that. I just have like a folder of sound effects on there where I keyed up a bunch of the ones that I think I would use.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, I don't like the people who are like the streamers who are like being fake. There's being positive and then there's being fake. You know, positive is a healthy mindset in general. I've been a much happier person since I started getting out of that funk that I was in for so long. But, you know, there's people who just put on like a fake character and stuff. And I don't mean a character like they're playing an obvious character. Like, one of the biggest examples of that is Dr. Disrespect. I don't mean that, like, if you wanna make it an acting performance and everything, that's cool, actually. It's cool to have that variety where you have the choice of watching someone like that. But when someone's pretending to be themselves, but they're really just putting on a persona, I don't like that. And I've got a really good bullshit-ometer for that because, you know, I've been doing YouTube professionally for 9 years. I've got an immaculate track record for being able to tell when somebody is either lying to their audience, having a fake personality to manipulate people, or when they're just like a total creep. Like, I have an immaculate prediction record of when someone turns out to be like a sex fiend. Like, so many YouTubers that I've gotten weird vibes from, and I'm like, they're probably trying to leverage their fame to sleep with people. And it would later come out that, yeah, they were leveraging their fame to sleep with people. Like, I was able to predict that with Jew Wario, for instance, who everybody loved, and I thought was probably a pretty cool guy, but I always got a weird vibe, and I'm like, he's probably pretty cool, but he's probably also not as wholesome as people think. And lo and behold, he was not as wholesome as people thought. Look at someone with heirloom armor. God, it feels like everyone running around has, like, armor now that... See, this is another thing I complained about on the last stream, I think. Where, tons of people are dressed up like they should be level 50 or something with like really fancy gear, but in reality they're like level 10, and it's just they have like special carryover gear from another character or some bullshit like that. And it's like, you don't really need to earn the ability to look cool anymore. And I think that's lame. See you, Oleg. Hope you have a good day. Or night. I guess I don't know what time zone you're in. Oh, I need to climb this, don't I? Yeah, I will. There's probably a way up this cliff. There usually is. I'll walk around a little and check.
I'm out of
Life-giving water. Nectar of the god.
I love that sound effect. That might be my favorite quote ever. It might be. Oh, or am I supposed to be going in this cave? It looks like some of it actually might be in the cave. I'm not sure. Invalid target. Is any of it in the cave? Maybe. I'm supposed to be getting crossword supply crates. Are they in here? Yes, they are. People are blinded by their fascination with someone. Yeah. People kind of forget. I guess it's a celebrity effect. Like, I've seen it plenty with me as well, which is weird because, you know, I don't consider myself to be a big deal at all, but I understand that to some people I am. Oh my god, I'm finally taking, like, damage. Holy shit, finally! Oh my god. Alright. Give me a challenge here. Here we go. There we go, recover a little bit of health. There we go. Jesus, finally. That's the first time. All I had to do is go 2v1. Yeah, 2v1s before weren't even enough to hurt me. I don't think I want to switch that out. I assume since armor is in much lower numbers now, each piece of armor is actually more valuable. I hope. All right, I really want that crate. I hope no one just runs by and eats it. All right, I'm getting a little bit of food here for quick healing between battles, so I'll actually put that on my bar. Yeah, I don't like when people just blindly defend like celebrities and stuff. Like, there are some people who consider me to be a big deal, and to me that's kind of like almost laughable, but at the same time I get it, because, you know, like, I've been starstruck by people before, and there's lots of people who, if I DM them or if they DM me and I reply, the first thing back that they say back is like, oh my god, I can't believe you responded, and they seem really starstruck. And I always try and remind them, like, don't forget, I'm literally just some guy who just, like, you know, yells into a microphone and does, like, goofy internet videos for you. Like, I'm nobody special. I just gotta kind of remind them of that sometimes because, you know, some people just kind of forget that just because you're online like this and you do a little entertainment show, like, it's, you know, it's cool to be a fan, but, you know, don't forget that that doesn't automatically make them better than anyone, you know? Ah, fuck, he's gonna get that. I think he beat me to it. Yep. So what I unlocked there? Taunt? Oh, taunt is useful. I can use that to get people at me at a range without having to charge in. Or, you know, for tanking purposes, obviously. That's the main use of that. If you ever make a water company, you'll name it Life-Giving Water. I like it. That or name it Nectar of the Gods. Either one's fine. It's called a parasocial relationship. I've never heard of that. See, that's another weird thing too, is a lot of people try to create this persona like, oh, everyone watches my show is my best friend. And, like, that's its own kind of manipulation, I would say. But people try to create a persona like, oh, if you watch my show, you're my friend. And then, like, they get into these really unhealthy problems whenever they go to, like, public conventions and stuff, where a fan will come up to them and not understand that, like, they think that you are just what they've seen on the show, and that's its own problem, but also that they've seen 1,000 hours of you, and so they think that they know you, and they know all about you, and blah, 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 but you don't know them. This is just some person who's watched your show, and with a lot of these, like, the kinds of people who tend to be, like, really, really manipulative and fake like that, they don't know anything about their viewers, they don't keep track of names or anything, they don't get to know people, you know. This usually, like, really fake YouTubers are, like, a perfect example of someone like this. And YouTubers are generally less attached to their, they recognize names in their community less than streamers tend to, because streamers socialize with their communities a lot more on average. I'm definitely not saying, like, that overall. Depends on the individual, but, you know. And so you get into these weird things where it's like, you've been calling these people your friends for so long, and some of them think of you like they're your friend, and then you actually meet one in person and you don't know anything about them. And they don't really know who you are either. Not nearly as much as they think they do. And so you run into a really unhealthy problem there. So there's, like, so many reasons why just lying to your audience like that and trying to, like, manipulate them into getting really attached to you, you know, maybe it's good for your career, but it's a really shitty thing to do, you know? It's shitty, it's unhealthy, there's so many, it's fucked up on a lot of levels. I think it's a really bad thing to do, which is why I don't do that. You know, like, I'm a lot closer to my viewers than I think most, in that, like, I remember names, I try to remember what countries everybody's from, I try to remember at least something about everybody that I learn about, because that's what I care about. Like, I like making friends, I like the social aspect of doing YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I like. But I'm not going to be that weirdo who just tries to manipulate you into liking me as much as possible, so that you just, like, you know, so that, like, you'll be obsessive over me and you'll recommend me to all of your friends and, you know, all of that shit. Like, I'm not gonna manipulate you for my own gain. That's a shitty thing to do. But a lot of people do it, which is incredibly disappointing. You remembered I have an accounting degree. Not even members of my family remember that. You are dedicated. Yep. I generally, the easiest thing for me to remember, I find, about someone is what country they're from. I'm pretty good about that. Am I getting hit from behind? No. Okay. I just took a surprising amount of damage off that guy. It's those Thorn Weavers that really hurt me. I guess as magic users I've got a bit of a tough time with right now. Do I have any food either in the banana? Just out of curiosity. Don't think so. I should probably learn cooking. Oh no, I do have tough jerky. Not that that's much. My country you got last time I was there? Yeah, I know you're from Brazil. We have a lot of Brazilian viewers. If I ever go to Canada and I see you, can I say hi? Yeah. I think I'm pretty approachable. I've actually never seen a fan in person. I don't leave the house much. I'm also probably not the most recognizable guy in the world. I guess now more than ever. Because, you know, bright red jacket, my hair is a bit more unique. I kind of stand out more now than before. I don't just look like a homeless person anymore. Yeah, like, I'm totally cool with, like, if you were to see me on the street or something, come by, say hi, we can talk for a little bit. Like, as long as I'm not, like, in a super rush. And if I'm in a super rush, I'll still, like, shake your hand, take a picture with you if you want to. Like, I still want to make time for everybody if I can. But if you come up to your window and say hi, then there's the creepy factor of how did you find my house, A, and B, you now know my address, and you could leak it online. So there's a creep factor of if you find my house. Can we all have a safe rule? Like if you just by sheer happenstance watch me walk out my front door, and you walk up to me and you're like, you're Mah-Dry-Bread. And I'm like, yeah, I am, and you know where I live now. Honor system guys, please don't ever put my address online. Like, just look, if by some sheer happenstance you end up finding my address, you know, I'm not offended. Just please don't put that anywhere publicly online, and don't tell it to anybody in case they put it publicly online. Because seriously, like, you know, I have a family to think about and everything. I don't want them getting harassed because all it takes is one douchebag on the internet for something really bad to happen, you know? So just, you know, honor system, please don't do that. I don't remember my own address, you're fine. In fairness, I don't remember mine either. I always have to double check. I don't even remember the street name. I live in a weird place where it's hard to find my address. We get people showing up to the door all the time who's like, delivery for this person. And I'm like, sorry, they don't live here. And I just take a look at the package and the address. And most of the time it's a different address. And I'm like, sorry, like this place is really, like this subdivision is really confusing. I think you're looking for an address in that direction. And I point to wherever I think it is, but even I'm not sure because it's a confusing subdivision. But there have been a couple times actually where someone handed me a letter and I'm like, this is my address, but it's not the name of anyone who lives here. I'll take care of this for you. And they just walk off. And we just mark it with like, recipient does not live here, return to sender. And we put it back in the mailbox. What if I wake up with you and breakfast tray and say hi? Under the incredibly weird circumstance that happens, I would assume that something consensual will have occurred, and thus there wouldn't be any issue with it. If anything, saying hi would be the weird part of that exchange. It's the White House, admit it. That's not even the right country. Why would I live in the White House? I'm not an American citizen. Not waking up with you. Oh, what if I wake you up? Wake you up. Well, again, the most likely instance of that is that you're staying over. And in the instance that you're staying over, it would probably be that we had become friends somehow. So in the instance in which that were to be likely to happen, it would probably be okay. But if you literally meant tomorrow morning I wake up and you're in my home with a tray of breakfast, I'd probably go to the police. I feel like that'd probably be the safe move if a stranger randomly appears in my house. And then you're like, no, it's okay. I'm Mark Wolf from the chat room. And I'm like, oh, so you just flew here from Brazil and found my house and are breaking and entering. That's even weirder. Do you have Serbian viewers? Yes, I've got viewers from many countries. It's hard to name a country where I don't have at least one YouTube subscriber from. But if we're talking about like active viewers, like somebody who like actively watches my stuff and they're not just like a subscriber who subbed for one video and isn't actively watching, I think I have at least one or two from Serbia. I'm not super popular in like the Balkans. I'm not super popular there, but I've got a few who seem to watch every single month. Did I ever tell you I'm from the moon? I'm your first moon sub. I'm pretty sure you're actually from Canada. Azerbaijan. Ooh, are you from Azerbaijan? You might be the first Azerbaijanian, I don't know if that's the right term for that, viewer. Well, I don't know if you're like the first subscriber of that, like who knows, but probably the only active one. And me, Heranar, you know I never remember your country, and I feel bad about it, but I'm gonna need a reminder again. I genuinely don't remember where you're from. I'm going to say Denmark because I have a lot from the Nordic countries. I'm just gonna play it safe and say Denmark. It was Sweden, fuck's sake. I have a lot of Swedish viewers as well. Did I say Denmark last time too? Probably. Trinidad, that's cool. I think you're the first I've ever seen say you're from Trinidad. Portugal, there we go. You're the second or third who's told me that you're from Portugal. I had another guy who pops into the chat very rarely. I want to say Racer was in his name or something like that. He was in some of the Friday the 13th streams and he's from Portugal. You're from Detroit. You visit Windsor and Toronto decently often. Ah, you probably pass by me then since I live in Oakville and that's quite close to Toronto. I used to live in Toronto. I'm in the Hollands. Yes, you're in the Netherlands. Netherlands are cool. I made the realization recently that the reason I have so many Dutch viewers is probably because of my very dry sense of humor. And apparently that just goes over well in the Netherlands. Apparently they're very big into being really blunt, forward, and direct. And so that might explain why I am weirdly popular in the Netherlands. Russia, but I'm not a sub. Oh, when I say subscriber, I mean YouTube subscriber, sorry. I mostly do YouTube, so I kind of use YouTube terms. But I mean like anyone who watches the show actively. Russia's cool. I got a lot from Russia. Not proportionately a lot compared to like Nordic countries. Nordic countries, especially Sweden, I get a lot of viewers in comparison to the population of the country. Whereas Russia, I have a decent amount from, but that's because Russia just has a very large population. I'm gonna go just fly off to the bank and deposit a bunch of these crafting shit in case I ever end up needing them. I don't know what most of these are for. Like, some of these are cooking, obviously. Cloth and stuff is bandages, but I'm pretty sure bandages are... I think first aid's not a skill anymore, it's just tailoring. Even here, we don't know anything about you beside what we see on stream. I don't know. I think I'm pretty open with my viewers to the point that, I think I'm pretty open to the point that, like, if you really want to, if you watch my show over the course of many, many years, and you watch the vlogs and you read my Twitter a lot and stuff, you can learn a shitload about me. I'm a pretty public person. The only thing I'm really private about probably is my family. You're the first Chilean viewer? No, I've got some subscribers from Chile, but I think you're the first to be particularly vocal, I would say. Oh, Dejin, I don't know that you live in Greece. That's cool. Fatima eats your yogurt constantly and pretends like it's not Greek. You love your MTB lore.